Hello and welcome back to What the Student. My name is Hanneke and I'll be your host for today. Now, we've been receiving a lot of requests about healthcare and we've got one from Ingrid. Let's have a little look at it together and we can see what she says.
Hello Hanneke, my name is Ingrid and I'm moving to Leeuwarden next year for my studies. And I'm trying to find information about the healthcare system, but I can't really find that much online. So I was wondering if maybe you could help me out and give me some information about the healthcare system. Thank you in advance.
Thank you so much, Ingrid, for sending in this request. We get it. It's really important to know about healthcare, especially if you're living in the Netherlands for a long time. So today we're outside Recruit a Student. That's because they know a lot about students and they need to know about healthcare in order to get a job. So we're going to talk to somebody who can tell us a little bit more. Let's go inside.
So, welcome back again to What the Student. Would you like to introduce yourself for anyone who hasn't seen you before?
Yeah, I will. My name is Volker Brouwer. I work here at Recruit a Student Leeuwarden, which is a recruitment agency that focuses on international students. Because we find jobs for international students, and the fact that getting a Dutch healthcare insurance is pretty much tied to having a job or not. It's the reason I'm here, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit about health insurance and other aspects of health today. So let's start with that. If you're an EU student, what do you do with health insurance?
Well, basically shouldn't matter if you're from EU or outside. Some countries do offer their policy from their home country for application here, so these people could get an exemption for healthcare allowance, but most people need to get insurance here by a Dutch private company.
Okay, and what type of insurance can you get here?
Well, it's quite broad spectrum, I'd say, because most countries, especially in the EU, have insurance by the government. In the Netherlands there is insurance by private companies, to create a market and have the market work on pricing. But to that extent it has the effect on multiple insurance, multiple policies by the same company. I'd say there is more than 100 policies in total to choose from. So it's quite a jungle, I guess, if you're looking for insurance.
Yeah, it sounds quite confusing. So if a student comes in here and they are working part-time but they also need health insurance, which one would you recommend they get?
Basically what I would recommend is to look at your own situation, of course, but generally students are young people, healthy people, I would suggest getting the most cheap insurance possible. So you abide the law but pay as little as needed.
Okay, and you mentioned that the cheapest ones is what you recommend for students. What kind of price are we talking with that?
The cheapest one possible for 2020 at the moment is €83.25.
Is that a yearly payment or is that a monthly payment?
No, that's monthly.
It's a monthly payment, okay. So students do have to take into consideration that they will be paying monthly rather than yearly.
That's a fact. Monthly payment is regular. However, students both from EU and outside of EU studying in the Netherlands can apply for healthcare benefits. Actually, the benefits for 2020 are €104 per month. So you could technically make money on being insured. So.
Wow, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good if you can make some money as well as getting your health insurance. Awesome. Okay, so now that you're covered with health insurance, what about when you're sick? What do you do?
You just go to your general practice and they can help you out, basically.
Okay, so with the general practice, do you just walk into any office and they'll treat you?
Well, it isn't mandatory. It is advised that you sign up with a general practice before you get sick. Two reasons. One, so you know where to go when something does happen. And two, when it does occur, you can speed up the process and get helped sooner.
If you've been in an emergency situation, you've had to use an ambulance, do you have to pay for that or does your insurance cover it?
Well, there is something called your own risk. So each month you're gonna have to pay the premium. If you're in total health, you still pay the premium, even if you're healthy for tens or maybe dozens of years. Every month you pay the premium. That's set in stone. But then there's the own risk, of course. This is the amount, it's a yearly amount, so if you have to use the health service basically in any point during the year, and you make some costs, for example for medication or an ambulance, for example, the first thing that's gonna be, it's gonna be paid off is the own risk. And you can choose in some policies the height of the own risk, and that can have an effect on your premium.
Okay, that's really interesting that that's the system how it works. But that's only a once a year fee, the own risk.
Yeah.
And then if you use that all up for that year, then you have to repay the following year?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's a once a year payment for your insurance and then your monthly cost, which is your premium on top of that. Okay, that's really good for students to know and be aware of.
But for example, if you don't use any medication, don't have to visit the hospital, don't need to use the ambulance, nothing at all with the health service, during a whole year you don't pay the own risk, of course. You just pay your premium.
So only if you need it, that's when you pay it. That makes complete sense, and thank you for clarifying that, because that's information that I think a lot of international students would have no idea about. This has been really interesting, and it's really cleared up a lot about healthcare and what students need to be aware of. So thank you so much for being with us today and telling us all about it.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
So thank you to Recruiter Student for telling us all about Dutch healthcare and what students need to do in order to get it. Oh, looks like I've been sent another request. I'm going to go and check this out, and we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to check out the PDF files for more information.